If you're an herbalist, you're probably shocked by how entrepreneurial you have to be in this work. Because of the nature of our industry, where there isn't really infrastructure for us to rely on to have a sustainable career, we have to build and create that structure for ourselves. In addition to the plants, the body, the spiritual work, the nutrition, the sciences, the psychology studies, we also have to know how to build a business. And if we want to stay in business, that means we also need to know marketing. So let's talk about growing your audience. When you're building your audience on social media and you're building your email list, and these are things you should definitely be doing. So if you need tips on them, let me know in the comments. It's very easy to get caught up in the numbers, particularly the unfollows and unsubscribes. I remember when we first started out in 2010 using MailChimp as our email provider, and my heart would break when I saw the unsubscribes. And I thought it was my fault. I thought I did something wrong, that what I shared was not good enough. And for a long time, like years, because it brought me so much emotional distress, I would not look at the numbers. I didn't want to see how many unsubscribed, and I didn't want to see how many didn't open the email. Now I have a totally different experience because I understand who's in our audience, and this is the lesson and the nuances that I want to share with you, my fellow herbal entrepreneurs. As practitioners and business owners, we always need customers and clients. We always need people who are going to pay with their dollars because that's part of what makes a sustainable business, and it supports our livelihood. And to that end, though, we also always need new people entering our orbit because you're not going to have the same customers forever. And if you're not growing your audience base and you're only ever marketing to the same people who already know you, eventually you're going to run out of people. Because the fact of the matter is that most people will never buy from you. They will not buy your product, your service, or your offer, and it's not personal. Think about your own buying behavior. You don't buy something from every single website you visit or store you walk into. You don't do that. And if you did, well, that's one hell of a shopping habit that we need to unpack later. When I realized that most people in our audience won't buy, I actually found it freeing because it helped me stop that incessant questioning and doubting and worrying about if what I was doing was right or wrong. It helped me understand buying behavior and not take things so personally. So here's a breakdown of the types of people that are in everyone's audience. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. You have butterflies, turtles, and cheetahs in your audience. The butterflies, these are the people who they're never going to buy. And this is the majority of folks. This is probably around 80 to 90% of your audience. Everyone has these people in their orbit, and they don't buy for a number of reasons. Maybe they are interested in what you have, but they always find it cheaper somewhere else. Maybe they talk the talk, but they never walk the walk. For us, these are the folks who say they want to get healthy, but they really aren't making any changes or steps in their lives to do that. They are not in a place where their lives are prioritizing what you have to offer. There are also people who are simply information gatherers. They love free information. They flutter around just like butterflies. When something catches their curiosity, they stay around for a bit, learn a little bit more, sign up for your email list, hit the follow and the subscribe buttons. These people, while they may never buy, don't write them off because they get your numbers up. They share and they engage with your content. They read some of your emails. They ask questions, which gives you content for content to share. And think about the power of word of mouth and the power of synchronicity. Think about the time when you had a question or when you wanted to know something and you mentioned it to a friend. And that friend said, I just came across an article or an Instagram profile, or I just saw what you're looking for in the store the other day. That friend had the information you needed and at the right time. This is the power of the butterflies in your orbit. They are your conduits for your message to other people. I speak to so many people who say, my cousin, my friend, my mom told me about you all. While the butterfly may never invest with their physical dollars, they are invested in you through their presence in your orbit. Think about your reaction when you go to a new page, when you see that, that page has a substantial amount of followers. You're impressed. Your butterflies position you as someone who is sharing enough valuable information that you've generated an audience of people who actually want to listen to what you have to say. It also communicates to the turtles and the cheetahs, who we'll talk about next, that you're serious, consistent, and committed. And you have the potential to earn influencer income from the butterflies because they are engaged and you can pitch yourself to companies for brand sponsorships. Some of the butterflies too, not many though, will move to the next level and become turtles and cheetahs, but many of them will remove themselves from your orbit. When the butterfly is done with one flower, it unsubscribes, it unfollows, and they're on to the next. Don't take this personally. You cycle through butterflies or butterflies cycle through you. And as you continue to share, new butterflies will come into your orbit. Turtles, people who are interested in what you offer, but they research, they question, they are slow to make buying decisions. They may need to save some money before buying or fit it into their budget or routines. We have had people in our virtual community for years before they decide to join our program or even buy a product like our immunity syrup. The turtles are also the people who need multiple confirmations. When you get an intuitive hit, a message from spirit, but you don't trust it immediately, so you ask spirit for another confirmation and then another. That's turtle behavior. These people will tell me they found us a year ago, 2 years ago, when they were searching for herbal programs, knew it was exactly what they were looking for, don't know why they didn't sign up then, but saw us in our feed again, and here they are. Turtles have their own process and their own timing, and when the time is right for them, they will make a purchase. Turtles are also the ones who demand your consistency because they're not going to purchase immediately. These people need you to demonstrate commitment. These people are watching you closely. Think about a good book. From beginning to end, there's an arc, there's congruency between the chapters. It takes you on a journey. You understand why a character or a person made the decisions they made. What happens in between those pages makes sense, and that's why you got through the book. Now, what if you picked up a book and some of the pages were blank, stories got cut off, a new character entered the scene and it didn't make sense, it was hard to follow? You don't get to the end. Which experience do you want your turtle to have with you if you were the book? You want them to take their time, get through the book at their own pace, then feel satisfied or confident enough to take the next step with you, which is to purchase. The book in this analogy is the turtle's journey through your message, your content, your videos, your emails, your image, your story, your lessons, your wins. In everything you release, you need to be engaging, congruent, and consistent. If in one post or email you're talking about herbal medicine, and the next week you're talking about how you passed a level on a video game, and then the week after that you're teaching them how to sew a purse, then they don't hear from you for 6 months, then you pop in their inboxes talking about buy my t-shirt, don't wonder why you didn't get sales. They don't know what you're doing, and confused people don't buy, and they don't stick around. And if you aren't consistent, they will forget you. Hear me good when I say this. You are never someone's only option. This is not competition mindset. This is how spiritual abundance works. For the questions that people ask, the challenges they face, and the desires they want fulfilled, there are always, always, always multiple solutions, answers, and opportunities. This abundant universe does not just give one path or one option to anyone. There's always abundant choice. You have a better chance of being someone's choice when you're consistent. When that person sees your content and it continues to add value to their lives, and it continues to inspire them, and it gets them to think about things differently, they'll remember you when they are ready to purchase. Now, if someone has narrowed down their options to you and 2 other people, let's say they visit your IG page or your website and you haven't posted in 3 months. You've just been crossed off the list because that absence generates too many questions in a person's mind. Are you still in business? Did something happen? Are you making medicine? Are you still teaching? Then that leads to questions on whether or not you can actually help support them or serve them in the way that they need it. At the end of the day, people are purchasing from you because you have something they need or desire. So consistency rewards. Now let's talk about our cheetahs. These people are ready. They've done their research. These people have likely experienced enough frustration too, trying to figure it out on their own, and they're tired of doing that, or they have clarity around what their next step is and what they need to do. These are the folks who've been asking, praying, meditating for a solution, and the synchronistic moment happens when they see what you have to offer and they are ready to buy. These moments feel great, right? But it was serving those butterflies and turtles who helped you secure the cheetahs. Sometimes people progress through the stages within your orbit and become your cheetahs, but a lot of times cheetahs are new to you. They have been butterflies and turtles elsewhere, information gatherers, being nurtured elsewhere. They are very clear about what they need. And then those events that are unseen because they are coordinated by the universe happen, and this cheetah sees your page, goes to your website, and because you have been serving butterflies and turtles for a while, that cheetah can scan your content very quickly and discern that you are exactly what they desire and what they've been looking for, and then they buy. But if you don't serve, nurture, and support the butterflies and the turtles, you don't get the cheetahs. And the cheetahs, they're only 1% to 2% of your people. So don't focus on the cheetahs, because with consistency in your messaging and in you adding value, they will rise. People will reach out and ask, what do you have that they can buy from you? Herbal medicine for the soul exists because 4 people, I was a turtle who needed multiple confirmations, asked for it. They asked me to create specifically a long, comprehensive program. 4 people back to back in 2017. A big mistake people make with their marketing is that they think that the more you tell people you have something to buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, because you're trying to get the cheetahs, the more people will buy. And that's not the case. Yes, people need to know that you have products and you have solutions and services for them that they can buy. You do need to sell, but your selling has to be strategic and not even close to the majority of what you share with your audience needs to be about selling. So we are all like this. We are all butterflies, turtles, and cheetahs in different areas of our lives. Pay close attention to your buying behavior. Don't take people leaving your orbit or not buying from you too personally. When you understand who you have in your audience, it makes each experience you have with these different types of people easier, because you have a better understanding of the relationship dynamic that you're in with this person. Develop and share content consistently that's helpful, that's engaging and congruent. If your audience is growing, then you'll know what's working. And some of this, especially if you're a beginner, will take practice. The most authentic way for you to market is to share the profound experiences you're having with plant medicine. Marketing takes a lot of creativity, but if you're an herbalist, you're already creative. But you do have to use your voice in order to find your voice. So let me know in the comments below if you found this video helpful, and if you have any specific marketing questions that you'd like me to make a video on, pop those in the comments as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be notified when we release another video. See you next time.